Yes. Okay, no, I was talking about, if you have to go back to 1897 during the invasion, was the church able to survive that invasion
No.
at that time?
No.
Okay, that means that the church was, because we know now that the church was established before the invasion.
Very well.
So that means that during that 1897 invasion, the church was part of the things that was
very well
being
yes.
That means that during that season, the church was gone, and but the location was still there.
Very well.
So, like, when, after the invasion, did the church come up again, and who was on throne?
No, after the invasion, it's like everything was like yeah. Okay. Because we know very well that after the invasion, His Royal Majesty Oba Vurame
yes.
was exiled to Calabar.
Yes.
So that period that he was on exile was a period of 17 years. Mm. Even the palace, as we know, was even burnt down.
Yes.
So that period, even the palace, there was no palace again. No, it was just the palace ground that was there. Mm. So everything at that point in the kingdom was at its lowest end. There are most revered Oba cannot be away and we be happy at all. Yeah. So everything was like put on hold. So it was when the son now succeeded, Eweka. Mm. After the reign of Eweka, was there when the son came on board. Most of his years as Oba was building. Because he's the one that built the Oba. Eweka, that's the son of Fofurame. He's the one that built the present palace you are saying.
Okay.
Yeah, he built what you are seeing there today. Now to like rearrange, remarket, and everything. Put up the structure you are seeing. So when the son now came, it was the son that now said, okay, since my father has built and so many reconstruction has been going on, so let ARUOSA also come in. So that was how ARUOSA came in.
Okay, well, before I go to the final question, I would like to ask something. The buildings, like you said earlier, that most of the buildings at that time were made by this red water being called Ekembai. That one, that was the, and I guess there were also windows at that time, or I'm sure wooden windows at that time. So, which part of the building is still in that same? Is still holding that old method of building? Is it like every part of that red sand has been taken off and now is the...
Right, in this cathedral?
Yes.
No, everything went off.
Okay, everything went off.
But what you see here now, the cathedral there is cement block granite and all that.
Okay, that has been... So this particular cathedral now, how many years can we say that this particular location has been here?
Yes, this location is over 500 years.
If the location over there at the junction, there, at Saple Road is over 500 years, can we also say that this location is over 500 years?
Very well.
Okay, but what period of time can we, if we have to look back and calculate from a century to when we look at it, from moving from the first one to the second one, which I guess might be a period of some time, then move back to this place. Yeah. That means that during this same period of moving from one location to another, it was still the same era.
Very well.
Okay, that means that everything was down to this place is all dated to the same time.
Very well.
So that is why you can say that it's over 500
Thank you,
yes. Okay.
Because, as I said earlier, SCG reigned 1504 to 1530, now 1540, now thereabout. So it was during his reign that the ARUOSA came and then from Saple Road to ARUOSA to Apapava.
Okay, that means that you can,
yes, okay, now I get it.
So that means that where we are standing now, right here, we can say it's more than 500 years.
Very well.
What a privilege is when you sit here or when you're in, how do you feel?
Thank you very much. We feel blessed. Yeah, we feel blessed, we feel honored, because sitting down here, like I said earlier, we are blessed, because we are here by the grace of God Almighty and the benevolence of the Oba. And Benin, we always like to let you know that meaning whatever God Almighty has destined for you, not until you get there, you cannot stop. And we are not saying we have stopped here. This is just the beginning. Because by the grace of God, God helping us, we have so many things to do for Holy ARUOSA and Benin Kingdom.
It's really, really interesting because for me, when we talk about tourism, we know that tourism is a very new thing I will not say in Nigeria, because the government and so many others have been talking about the tourism sector, which is kind of slow to pick because maybe many people don't really know what the tourism sector is all about. And the first thing when talking about tourism is asking people, telling people that they should learn how to appreciate. Because when you are right here in this particular place, you have to look back and think how many people, how many ancestors have been here, the things they did here, how was their life like, how you can just imagine back what really went on here and feel really privileged to say, if I'm right standing here and it's just 500 years ago, I'm lucky to still be here. I'm lucky that this place is still here. So if we want to say thank you to somebody that this place is still standing as an heritage place, is it like that means that we're going to say thanks to the Oba for keeping the tradition, for keeping this place, or where should the glory go to?
Yes, thank you. The glory should go to, first of all, it should go to God Almighty.
Okay.
Because God Almighty is everything. Thank God Almighty for the wisdom, also for the remembrance. We thank God Almighty because if not for God, we can't do anything.
Yes.
Then secondly, we thank the Oba.
Yes. For
keeping the tradition and to keeping the custom going. Then we also have to thank all the Benins that stood behind the truth. Because like what we said earlier, they were Omataro Badi. Anytime the Oba is approaching any ceremony, there are people that will announce the arrival of the Oba, meaning the Benin, the chiefs, those that have really been there for the kingdom. Even like if you have to also digress a little, talking about like the British invasion.
Yes.
You begin to hear of great names in Benin.
Yeah.
Those that fought for the kingdom. Like Asoro, Ologbosere, Obakawaya, and others. These are people that make sure that the kingdom continue to grow strong. Yes. So we'll give God the glory and also give the Oba the glory. Okay. And we also thank God Almighty for also giving us this privilege to also be in this part of history. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me ask, it's just like some questions are coming out. Is there any, when you go to some places, they have traditions that they follow. We know that we cannot take tradition away from the ARUOSA Church. It's part of tradition. Is there any tradition that is being followed here? Like any tradition, like these are the things you don't do, these are the things you don't do, or the things that you cannot do here, or everything is allowed?
Oh, yes, thank you. Everything is not allowed. There are things you do, there are things you cannot do. First of all, here, we don't allow, apart from our worshippers here, or the believers of ARUOSA, to wear black, as in complete black to this place.
Okay.
Because black in Benin is for mourning.
Yes.
So we don't allow black here. We don't allow black here.
Okay.
Yes. And then secondly, there's also a way we sit here during service. When you are here, when we are in service, you see the women, because you've been inside the cathedral, you see it's like shared into like two parts. Yes. The women sit on one side while the men sit on the other side. Okay. The reason being that You know, we the Beninese, when we are rich in culture, we are rich in tradition.
Yes.
It's not just mercy, it's what we are known for. Yeah, our culture makes us very thick. Because in Benin, there are, apart from this place also, it's a place of worshiping God, is the house of God. So many things are like, but are still little that you must observe here.
Yes.
Like the one I just said, the women are on one side, men are on one side.
Yes.
That is so because in Benin, it is a taboo for a man to, like a woman is seated, especially a married woman,
Yes.
you just walk, cross her leg. If what you are supposed to do is to like, excuse me, the woman like adjust, then you walk past. So in order to avoid such things, so the women are to sit. You know, like in church, people can get up and
that
move
means
in. So the women are like
they
on
are
one side.
to see the way I'm sitting now.
Very well.
So since I have been sitting with my leg like this, that means that we'll say that this sitting is not allowed in this position.
No,
Okay.
it's not that.
Okay.
Like you are seated, and you know, like when you are saying it in the church,
Yes.
you know, the chairs are like closed.
Okay, yes.
So you have very little place to walk.
You have
so
to be
man cannot just walk. So, yeah.
Okay.
So to avoid that, we now said all the women. So when the women are coming in and going out, they don't actually need to like, excuse me, just
Now
walk out freely. So also with the men.
Okay.
And even the altar area too.
Yes.
Yes, the altar area, women. Even apart from women, even the men.
Yeah.
It's always on the very few times. Apart from the priest and those in the altar side, other persons are not allowed
more than
in that area, because that area is like specially reserved for the priest and those in the altar area.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that is. Those are just the two things that. The few things that.
Yes.
Okay. To round up this interview, if you want to talk to our people that is outside that is still thinking about this ARUOSA church or doesn't know, I'm sure with this interview now, a lot of people will know more about this particular place. What will you say to them? I think I will prefer that you say this in Benin language.
Okay, so
in EDO language, I guess EDO.
Thank you very much. What I will say to the Beninese in particular, and also lovers of Benin, nowhere EDO no zomo wa ya fe wa wese. Me ogwonsin debi no go do anu ye debi no honsa oge wugame ogi manu ye do ya fe Holy ARUOSA Cathedral no re ola bai haro we ogba wu papa ba we do we na gi manu ye do ya fe we e woma a wona me roje amenoma no giver awe na be gima ya ARUOSA na ogi ma eno na mo ya